Fashion in Hollywood is more than just looking good. It's a way to showcase bold choices, hidden stories, and shocking moments. And today we're here to reveal the spicy backstory behind each iconic dress. 10. Jennifer Lopez's Jungle Dress, 2000. Let's begin the countdown. J.Lo had no idea that the moment she stepped onto the Grammy Awards red carpet, she was quite literally making history. The Versace dress became so viral that it led to the creation of Google's image search. In other words, iconic. Sean Diddy Combs, her then boyfriend, was right by her side despite being tangled in controversies, including an ongoing trial related to a nightclub shooting. Their relationship fizzled out soon after. But needs a man when you've got history-making couture? 9. Björk's Swan Dress, 2001. The Oscars 2001 ceremony was mostly predictable, but the most unforgettable moment came outside the auditorium when Björk arrived, wearing a swan. Her accessories included a trail of eggs that she laid as she walked down the red carpet. The Icelandic singer was known for her eccentric style, but no one expected this. The reactions were vicious, especially with Joan Rivers calling her a girl who should be put into an asylum. Fashion pundit Stephen Kojokaru dismissed it as one of the dumbest things he'd ever seen. The dress, although mocked as bizarre and tasteless, has carved its place in fashion history, and it even has its own Wikipedia page. 8. Halle Berry's Elisab gown, A Night of Firsts, 2002. Halle Berry made history as the first black woman to win an Oscar for Best Actress, but her Elisab gown was a statement on its own. Voted as the 8th greatest red carpet gown of all time in a poll by Debenhams, the dress was both romantic and daring, showing off Halle's best parts, while still leaving something to the imagination. Was it too revealing for Hollywood's biggest night? Halle doesn't care. I wore it because it felt like my moment, and I wasn't going to hide. In November 2024, Berry made a second appearance in the gown at the 1001 Seasons of Elisab event, looking just as gorgeous and goddess-like as ever. 7. Lady Gaga's meat dress, raw activism on the red carpet, 2010. At the MTV VMAs, Lady Gaga turned heads when she walked in a rather unusual attire. Wearing Frank Fernandez's raw meat dress, she landed herself right in the center of controversy, with critics calling it vulgar and activists crying that it's downright offensive. But Gaga wanted the attention on her, not just for shock value, but to protest the military's discriminatory "don't ask, don't tell" policy. Behind the scenes, Gaga explained the metaphor. If we don't fight for our rights, we'll be treated like meat. Did you know that this shocking dress still exists? Yes. It has been preserved as a jerky at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 6. Liz Hurley's safety pin dress, an accident turned iconic, 1994. This sexy black Versace dress has done the most for Liz Hurley's career, putting her on the global map. Don't believe it? Well, she wasn't officially invited to the premiere of 4 Weddings and a Funeral, where she arrived on the arm of her then boyfriend, Hugh Grant. The dress quickly became one of the most memorable fashion moments of the 90s. But the fact is, she was lent the dress as a favor by Dean Aslett, the head of women's wear and atelier at Versace. At the time, Hurley was struggling to even find a dress, with several fashion houses rejecting her request because they didn't recognize her name. Neither Dean or Liz had any idea that the dress would become one of Versace's most famous creations, and years later she admitted, "I had no idea it would make such a splash. I was just trying to support Hugh." The couple's relationship later imploded after Hugh's infamous scandal with a sex worker. But the dress? Timeless. 5. Audrey's birdcage headgear at the Surrealist Ball of 1972. Audrey Hepburn attended a private event hosted at the Château de Ferrières estate in France. Wearing something really bizarre, she showed up in a birdcage headgear designed by Hubert de Givenchy. But what if I told you she didn't stand out despite the birdcage perched on her head like a crown? Because this was the Surrealist Ball of 1972, and the other guests were wearing equally weird masks, including this hypnotic one, adorned with eyes all over. But the most controversial element of the evening was definitely the hosts of this party. The secretive Rothschild family, known for their immense wealth and eerie influence on global politics, still remains shrouded in mystery. But for this party, the hostess with the mostess, Lady Marie-Helene de Rothschild, made a statement as she arrived wearing a dough mask. The surrealist ball is the perfect example of how the family played the part of elite aristocrats, while their real power and influence remains hidden behind masks. 4. Madonna's Cone Bra, 1990. Jean-Paul Gaultier's Cone Bra corset wasn't just a regular outfit. It was a weapon. Madonna debuted the iconic piece during her Blonde Ambition tour, shocking audiences with its bold sexuality. She was accused of vulgarity, but Madonna proved that she was really ahead of her time when she clapped back, saying, "Women can be sexual and powerful, deal with it." 3. Cher's Sheer Bob Mackie dress, 1988. If they won't respect me, at least they'll notice me. This was the thought that inspired Cher to deliver one of the most unforgettable Oscars moments in 1988 in this Bob Mackie original, when she won Best Actress for her role in Moonstruck. She later confessed that she felt the Academy didn't take her seriously due to her showgirl aesthetic and younger boyfriends. And so, she went all in with an even more outrageous display of style. "I came out and said, 'As you can see, I got my handbook on how to dress like a serious actress,' proving that the queen would never fit into the typical mold." 2. Miley Cyrus's strappy VMAs outfit, 2015. Miley Cyrus set the risque fashion bar pretty high when she turned up at the 2015 MTV VMAs, wearing little more than silver suspenders. The metallic outfit was by Versace Metallic, and it surely redefined minimalism to its credit. This was another milestone in Miley's transformation, which started with her efforts to separate herself from her Hannah Montana persona. Whether you call in attention-seeking or inappropriate, Miley was done pleasing people, ready to scream rebellion from the top of her lungs. 1. Kendall Jenner's La Perla dress, redefining risk, 2017. Kendall Jenner's 2017 Met Gala appearance in a dazzling La Perla dress is remembered as one of the most mesmerizing and bold red carpet moments in recent history. The sheer gown was made entirely of intricately sewn crystals, showing off her flawless model figure, but also making a bold statement about body confidence. The gown was custom designed by La Perla's creative director, Julia Hart, and it was nothing short of a showstopper, setting social media on fire. Kendall owned the look with grace and elegance, saying she loved the experience, controversy included. "Fashion is supposed to make you feel something," she said, and her dress certainly did exactly that. There you have it, these controversial dresses which define the eras they belong to, by challenging the norms, fueling controversy, and ultimately changing the way we view style. The real power of a dress lies in the confidence and character that it represents. So let these red carpet moments inspire you to be bold and unapologetic.